Hey everyone, I'm back with another Marvel Snap video, and today I'll be doing another card review on the upcoming new card being released in Marvel Snap. I did my own research and wanted to share what I found and what I think about the new card. Lastly, I think it'd be fun to go back and see how well I did on my analysis. I got a suggestion from a viewer to rename the series to Snap or Retreat. I really like the name, so from now on, it's gonna be called that. Thanks a lot. So let's get to the card that we're talking about today. Yeah, War Machine. Alright, so now onto some background about him. Yeah, his profile on Marvel.com says Air Force Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes exudes loyalty and courage, whether flying a plane or piloting the War Machine armor. Also, another fun fact, he is also a longtime friend to Iron Man. And lastly, he is also known as Iron Patriot. Alright, let's get to the stats. Yeah, at first glance, the stats look okay. Looking through the other 4 drops, it's not the highest, but certainly not the lowest. Looking at you, Mr. Negative. So yeah, War Machine gets an okay rating. Alright, let's move on to a card effect. Alright, so text reads the following. On reveal, until the end of next turn, nothing can stop you from playing cards anywhere. Okay, this effect is going to be great. We all know how good Jeff is, and it's not because of the stat line we play him for. So if it's possible to give our cards the Jeff effect for 1 turn, then that would be amazing. Okay, now let's talk about some edge cases that were brought up and answered by devs. Alright, so starting off we have tokens. There was a question is, will tokens be able to go anywhere? Answer is no, only cards are dragged from your hand. It was also confirmed that energy is still a constraint, so it's not possible to play a 6 energy on turn 5, even if his effect says anything. Lastly, I think the biggest synergy that War Machine will bring is that it was confirmed possible to play Infinite or Ebony Maw the next turn you play them, as the restrictive nature of the text will be disregarded, which brings huge opportunities for new decks. It was also confirmed that Sandman and Electro effect will be negated. I'll link the Marvel Snap War Machine page if you want to read the edge cases yourself. Yeah, sum up, I think the effect is going to be great. Alright, yeah, here's mainly the comparable cards. It's only Jeff, since I can't think of another comparable card here. I guess the only other card that comes close is probably Iron Lad. But he's only stats wise, and I felt like the abilities were so different I didn't actually add them here. So to sum up, yeah, it's gonna have a great effect. Another point is, yeah, definitely a new tech card. I mean, I think tech cards are great for the game. And lastly, yeah, he definitely just stops all the unfun decks, them being like Sandman or Lockdown style decks. Alright, let's move on to the bad. Yeah, not using the effect results in an okay card. Yeah, the stats are okay, but I think being discounted with Zabu, it'll make him pretty solid though. Yeah, I mean, I view War Machine as a tech card, and if we don't see Sandman and Lockdown style decks as the main deck to beat, spending 6,000 tokens is definitely a token sink right now. And lastly, yeah, I couldn't actually think of another third point, but what I could think of is now we have tools to stop the unfun decks like Lockdown or Sandman. This probably will just crop up more unfun decks potentially, but I'm not too sure. So I guess, yeah, the ultimate question is, will I buy? And yeah, overall, I'll be buying War Machine. I think he offers some nice tech options to decks that can't fight for closed off locations too well. I also see the long-term viability that will be needed with him teched into decks. Alright, let's move on to the fun part of this video where I list off my predictions for War Machine. Alright, so here are my predictions. I realized I didn't have this section in my last video, so I'm gonna start adding it now to these. I think coming back to these in a month would be interesting to rewatch. I'd love to do some update videos on these in the future. For these predictions, I'll limit it to the next coming season as it would be too hard to tell from that point onwards. So yeah, starting off, I don't think War Machine will get a nerf or buff in the coming season. I also think he will be slotted in competitive decks, so you'll see him in the meta, but not all meta decks will run him. Let me know also in the comments what other things I should try to predict. Alright, if you made it this far, I appreciate if you would consider subbing and liking this video. Also, really help me out if we can reach 500 subs, as that's my current sub goal. This would also really help motivate me to continue making videos. Thank you so much for being a part of Edge Gaming. Also, leave me a comment on what you see can be improved. This is still the second video in the series, so I'm looking for feedback. Thank you.